Get your booze ready.
Sound. I haven't had whiskey in a while.
Don't lie to the people.
I haven't. When did I drink last time?
I don't know.
It's nice though.
This is nice.
Alright, well. Go on.
Well, I don't. I mean, what do you want to talk about? Because
What?
I thought you were the one with the questions.
Well, I thought we were gonna... yesterday was so calm. Now it seems every neighbor just thought of
Yeah.
moving furniture and cutting brushes and whatever.
But yesterday wasn't that warm, so people stayed
True.
inside.
Should have been cold today as well.
Hmm?
Well, you posted a video yesterday.
I did.
So, I think, we could explain a bit more.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, really, if you think about it, how long have we met? Have we known each other? I think now 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably almost exactly 5 years. And I remember at that time asking you questions about, buying a house in Romania, somewhere in the mountains, or and I'm not saying that at that time I had an exact idea of what I wanted to do, but it's always been something that attracted me to buy a house somewhere in nature. And the idea of living somewhere where it's really quiet and you're surrounded by all this niceness and sharing that with other people, it just seemed like a nice thing to do. And even before I met you, I remember when I moved to the UK and I spent hours looking through sites for houses. I think was it Bulgaria or whatever, I can't remember, just looking at these old farmhouses.
I think you were saying about France as well in the beginning. I remember you asked, or not asking, but like
I think
playing
that
with the
was
idea.
kind of yeah, but I thought France would maybe be less realistic because the house prices are higher there than they are in countries like Romania. But just to say that this isn't something new. This isn't something that
Right.
I've done on a whim. I was 22, I think, when I moved to the UK. So even then, it was something that was occupying me, and even then, it was something that I kind of wanted to be surrounded by nature. And in all this time, I never took that step. There was always a reason why not. And for some reason, last year, I don't know, because we didn't go to Romania with the intention of buying a house. On the contrary.
Why did we go? I don't remember. I think we went for the wool from the shepherd.
Yes, we went for the wool. Yeah, your mum, she knew someone who knew someone who had sheep, and I really like the Turkana sheep because they have really nice wool. And we got in touch with him, and we went there to spend the day to see how he was going to be shearing the sheep, which was really lovely. And then for some reason you suggested, oh, there's a house for sale up here.
I think the guy who made who introduced us to the shepherd, he was saying that he kept mentioning that there's plenty of houses here to buy, and they're so cheap, and I think we were, was it then? Maybe not.
We went on the day that,
and then we said, well, all right, well, show us a house then.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me, do you want to go and see a house? and it was a bit bizarre because, yeah, I had no intention of buying a house then, and we got there, and it was just, I don't know, it's just, when I saw that house, it was like the house of my dream. Not the house, because, well, it kind of was a nice style, but obviously falling apart. But just where it was, and the views, and the sun was out, I think. It was amazing. It was how I dreamt it. All these years, it was how I dreamt I wanted my place to look like. And that was it. I was sold.
Right. How does buying a house come into what you posted yesterday?
Because it's a journey.
Right.
And in my opinion, this journey started when I was 22. And we bought a house last year. You decided that actually, because I said, well, I'm doing the ceramics, I'm doing the felting, and it would be cool to start some sort of eco holiday project here where people can come and be creative. And you are more rational than I am. I'm thinking about a dream I'm having, and you saw the business sense of it, and you thought, well, actually, I want to be a part of this. And so we bought a house. And not on a day,
right?
But because sensibly,
there was like
thinking about the state of the house, you can't live in it.
No.
But it was in my mind, and and it was clearly in your mind as well. And I think we went back a month later and bought it.
Yeah. Well, for like 2 weeks. Those were like difficult weeks of just like trying to like pros and cons and what's the risk and
yeah, because if we look at the reality, I put my life savings in it. So Luca might never go to university because I spent
wow.
all the money. But we bought the house. And
well, we got a loan as well.
Yeah, we got a
so
loan.
It's not like
It shrunk drastically.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
you paid like because we didn't have the cash up front for like the trip, and
yeah,
you paid that part, which
yeah, and yeah,
Okay, good.
and the notary.
The notary.
And
Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff that you
it
put
was
the
all
money
the
up front.
costs that we needed to buy the house
Right.
that I had to put up front. But anyway, we own a house.
Right.
And then alongside that, obviously, what is it now? I think 2 years ago, I set up this little business, which was going to be selling products, interior products, made from wood and
Okay.
ceramics.
Hold on. The dog is all right. Sorry.
Because that was kind of at that time, obviously I quit my job, or the job quit me, and I was kind of done with all that, and it was clear that I wasn't made for that kind of work, and so I suddenly felt that working with my hands and being creative was, what made me happy. And then suddenly it was suggested to go and give workshops to children, which at first I thought, I don't know about that, because...
When was that? That was this.
Well, they
last
said,
year.
I think they suggested it last year. Yeah.
So how long? Like a year in?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it made business sense to do it because obviously it was a regular job, well, a regular gig to do, but I wasn't keen because, I'm not going to say I'm not I don't like children, but when they're in big groups, I struggle. But actually, it was amazing. I mean, it was so much fun. I mean, it is so nice to see children, the reaction children have to the material you work with, because it's felting. It's a felting project, and all these kids. I don't think I've had one or two that didn't really enjoy it, but all the others, they really did. And it was kind of also therapeutic for them, because they would start talking to you about stuff, and sometimes, emotional stuff. And it was just really nice to do that with them, and, to see them enjoying, and to see them making something and being creative. So I'm really happy I did it, because, I seem to kind of be good at it as well. So, I could use the excuse I didn't really know if I like children very much to do that. I think it was maybe, I'm not sure if I dare doing it. It's that I'm going to be good at this. But actually, I kind of am. And, so this came on my journey, and it's nice. But alongside that is going, we're having this house, which, we're going to try and get EU funding to start an eco project, an eco holiday project. And we're thinking about that, and we're trying to get all the business stuff sorted, and we're getting help from an architect and from a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel that in the last year, I don't know, maybe we have grown into, we're changing. And it's happened in a very natural way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember, last year we were rubbish at the garden. We just left it to it, and it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was because I think I just started working again, and doing that was very difficult for me. When I came back home, I was very tired, and I didn't want to do anything anymore. And I remember just constantly saying, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of
I just
working
moved
like crazy, or trying to learn Dutch, and
I had
we just had so much to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was almost like we were surviving. That was how it felt, and I think it felt like that for both of us, because there was not much fun going on. It was just difficult.
Well, I remember at some point I went to school in the morning, at work afternoon, and then home, and then this
school
was like
in the morning
a
at
month.
8 o'clock in the morning, and coming home at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That was the regime you were under.
Yeah.
And me suddenly going back to work, and having to deal with everything that was going on. It was just awful. It wasn't a fun time.
But since I think, I have a different job now, and you kind of settled in, so I think we got that part of
we've got a bit more stability.
Yeah.
So what's been happening is that I remember you saying, shall we try and make some vegetables, grow some vegetables? And I wasn't keen, because I have tried this several years in this place, and basically the slugs ate it all. I mean, it didn't even become a vegetable. It was just a plant, and one day it was there, and the next morning I would get up and it was eaten. And I mean, you spend so much time doing that, and I mean, it costs money as well, and that I just gave up on it. But I agreed to just give it one more try. So this year we started, and I told you that the only way I was going to do it is if you were going to build me raised beds. And I don't know if it started with that, but you got wood from work that was going to be chucked, and they agreed for you to bring it home, and you built us raised beds, and you even we didn't even buy nails
Oh
for
yeah,
it
yeah,
because you just took the nails out of the planks that you
yeah.
got
Basically,
and then
cost us
just
nothing.
straightened them. So these raised beds, yeah, they didn't cost us anything, and
Right.
I was really proud of that we managed to build this. Well, you built it. Well, no, actually, I built it as well, and it cost us nothing. Yeah, it cost us a few bags of mud.
Mm.
That's it. And obviously the seeds. And we got really into it. And then, we had some really miserable little gate out there which was just a nightmare.
Mm.
And now, this amazing. I don't even know what made you think to do it like this. Um, but it's me. And I don't know if you thought that like this is something that looks like
Well,
that.
last year I made a gate as well, but that was, I think that reflects how
Oh
much effort we were. Well,
yeah,
not just effort, but how much energy we had left to make this.
yeah.
Because it was flimsy. It was, I mean, it was there, but it didn't
It
do
kind
much.
of did the job,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then it
but
broke, and then it
yeah, yeah. And everything we try, I think, obviously we tried to then have chickens,
right.
and
That
that was
didn't go,
kind of a traumatic
which
experience.
we're thinking about doing it again.
Yeah, because I think we're in a completely different mindset.
But how does this go back? You bought a house. We bought a house,
Because
and
it's a
you made
journey.
you had
Yeah.
a few workshops. You have to tie it back in. So first, when we bought a house, we thought, all right, we can get EU funding to basically
Mm.
make have a business, basically tourism.
Mm.
And then we thought, all right, well, we can tie in stuff with the workshops.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can give a few workshops, and we can find other people maybe do workshops and have them there.
Mm-hmm.
Which, all right, people come and stay, and and have, now we can do workshops, and then what?
But see, this is the interesting thing. This shows just our different approach.
Hmm.
Because how you now described it, this is how you look at it. It's a
Well, this
very
is how,
rational,
yeah.
very like, you know, this is what we're going to do. For me, I mean, when I just told you, about we got to that house
Mm.
and I just knew it. This was what I dreamt of. I could cry. And each time I go back to that, I haven't regretted it 1 minute. Not because I think it makes good business sense or, we could live off this. No, but because it's my paradise.
Mm.
And so we look at it very differently. And it's a very good combination because we do need the rational side of
Well, not to
things.
say I don't like the house. It's really nice there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. And you're excited
It's not
about it
just,
as well.
yeah, it's not just about, numbers.
But I'm just dreaming, And what I feel is that dream is becoming more and more reality. Because what we're doing here, what we've been doing in the last couple of weeks, because obviously we've got the whole Corona business.
Right.
You're not working. I'm working from home.
That
We've
gives us
had
plenty of time.
amazing weather.
Right.
I'm not shattered when I get home because I'm home already. And so I have more energy. And we've been able to spend so much time investing in this place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because it looks better and it's going to hopefully bring us some vegetables and actually get us to a point probably that we're not even going to have to buy vegetables in the summer if the snails don't eat it.
Well,
But
we have a few backup plans.
yeah, but for me as well, I have just been feeling better and better about it. Not, just that it's like I'm feeling very grounded. Yeah, this time home, it's like this is my little cocoon, and we are investing time in this, and we're putting our energy and our love into it, and hopefully it will grow in something beautiful.
Right.
I know. This is why, how we are different. And I think that's what I meant with the video. And also because we watched that film, documentary film,
it was
the smallest, biggest
farm.
No, the biggest
biggest little farm. Whatever
farm.
it was.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
Yeah. And that did something to me. I mean, obviously, that's not what we're aiming to do. But it's that dream. Those people were living in a small flat, and suddenly they bought a dog, which then meant that they were going to get kicked out of their flat because the dog was barking all the time.
Right.
And it gave them that bravery to make us.
Is that a word?
I don't know, but it is now. It gave them the bravery to take that leap into a dream.
Right.
And it wasn't all fairy tales. I mean, there was some they probably suffered a lot because it didn't all go to plan.
Right.
But because of their trust and their belief in their project and the trust in the person who also guided them at the start, they learned so much, but not they learned so much about nature and how things work and how everything was looking after them itself, and it just even more it was like the right time to watch that thing, because it even more made me realize that what are we doing? Why would we not take that step? What would be the reason to not follow that kind of that instinct of going back to just growing stuff and looking after stuff and creating stuff with natural things, because that's the future, in my opinion. And I want to share that because I'm so excited about it. And I'm sure that we're going to mess up so much, but I think that's what we need to share as well. And I think we need to try remember to to see the humor of it as well, although I'm sure at times it won't be funny. But yeah, I want to share that the positives and the negatives, and I want people to also be brave enough to choose for what they want and not what is maybe sometimes expected, because the cliche is true, you only live once. But it's true, and I want to be an example to my daughter, that she can be whatever she wants to be.
Right, go. camera stop.
The camera stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go.
Yeah, so I want to be an example for her, because I want her to believe that she can be whatever she wants to be, and that she follows that dream that she might have. I hate it when she asks me the question, what would you like me to be?
She asked you that?
She's asked me that, yes, several times. And I just keep telling her, I want you to be what you want to be, not what I want you to be.
Right.
And then I still get, yeah, but what would you like me to be? And I've had to say, you don't get it.
Well, yeah, but did you know what you know, at 14 and how would you...
I did, yeah.
Yeah?
I wanted to be a musician.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out.
No, it didn't. But I did study music, though.
Right, true.
And it did kind of also give me some nice years doing that. So yeah, I think that's kind of, I don't expect Luca to know what she wants to do now, but I want her to know that her parents, and I think I speak for both of her parents, want her to do whatever she likes and not what society wants her to do.
Right.
Because that doesn't work. Well, not for me anyway. Um, and so, yeah, that's kind of. And if you want to ask me, well, where is this journey taking you? I have no idea. And I don't think that's important. And if we have no set out plans, but we're following.
Well, we have some hopes.
We have some hopes, and we do. I mean, we
We
do
would
have
like,
some plans,
yeah.
obviously. But we don't know exactly how that's going to turn out.
No.
And at this moment in time, I don't mind so much because it's the journey towards it that right now I'm enjoying. We're doing things on a small scale here, and we've started baking bread.
Right.
You made pasta, homemade pasta, and we're learning stuff going along the way. You built a compost heap, reading up on that. Now you're coming with this crazy idea to build a clay oven. It's just like,
What? I never said that.
yes, you did.
A clay oven?
Well, an oven
Oh,
to ceramics
yeah,
oven.
ceramics
Sorry,
oven.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought,
yeah. No,
made out of clay.
And it's like that is what I like. It's the fact that we're not scared of thinking about things and just trying them out. Or me being able to come to you and say, I want to make that. Can we do that? Can you make that? And then you'll just try it. And that's fun. We're having fun. Well, I'm having fun. I don't know about you, but
fun.
I'm having fun. I think we're challenging each other, and it's exciting. And I think that's how we're going to get there. That's how, obviously we don't know what's going to happen in the summer. Hopefully we'll be able to get to Romania and we can start building on our house, and try stuff out. And that's it. That was what that video was about, I think. So, is there anything that's not clear to you?
So, well, how does this change? You were mentioning about it's kind of like an expansion of the. Well, I don't know if it's expansion, but because you were saying that your business idea was about ceramics and felting, and now it's kind of evolving. I guess it's better than expanding.
Well, I think what I mean by that is just that where it just started as, a business idea of doing stuff that I liked and that was making me happy, which in its own was already really nice. I have the feeling that Ruth's Corner is now, it's not just a business, it's kind of turning into, Ruth's Corner is our lifestyle. It's our life. It's what we're learning along the way. And that's why I think we need to share it. It's not just a business anymore. It's a project.
It's still
a life project.
It's still a bit not divided, but it still hasn't
collided.
Yeah, melted into, because we still have the the felting and the ceramics that you're doing, and the other side that building and veggies and all the lifestyle. It's still not, and hopefully the part in Romania. It's a bit, they're still a bit separate. They're trying to grow together. Like the felting should, it's a bit.
I know, Zoli, but this is the thing. This isn't something that we are planning on. It's what we wanted, but
Yeah,
it's
but we
not
haven't
like we're setting it out on paper. Like, right, this is how we're going to do it.
Right.
It's about the fact that this is evolving naturally. This started now with a business that I set up. And then we ended up knowing a guy who has sheep and wanted to give us the wall to buying a rundown house to, it's everything, it's evolving, and
House
it's
and
naturally
a ton of land,
on a ton of land and
which
an amazing
again,
site.
I don't know, that land may turn into something at some point.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think this is, you're right. It's not like it's completely merged together, but I think it's slowly getting there, and it's not. We're not with that much effort because it's happening naturally, and I think that's the best way for it to be happening.
It's not a job.
No, no.
It's just you're
we're
living.
We're finding our niche.
Mm-hmm.
That little place in life that is comfortable for us, and and that's what I meant with, Ruth's Corner is more than just a business now. I think it's our journey, which is a bit idiotic now that it's called Ruth's Corner, because it's not just about me, it's about you as well. But the business is called that now, so
well, you called it because you started with the website and the thing here,
and my business,
and then they asked us, all right, so what do you want to ask? I don't know, same thing, whatever. I didn't put much thought into that, and
no,
also
I know I
like
didn't either.
and also I don't want to have my name on it. Like,
But I didn't really particularly want that either. It's not the best name.
I mean, it sounds cozy, and I
And I
thought,
guess that's what we
you know,
want to achieve anyway,
yeah.
coziness. So there you go.
And also, you can change it in the future if you
Well, we'll see. But but you're right. I guess it does sound cozy,
and but also, I don't know if you really want to, nitpick. I mean, you don't have to be the Ruth from Ruth's Corner.
yeah.
It's just
Well, yeah. People sometimes use a different name for.
yeah. I mean, somebody looks it up and they don't know your Ruth, or it's
Yeah,
just
that's true. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of the story behind that video that I made.
All right. So what does that mean, or how? What's gonna?
Well, I think that I just think that we need to.
I really like that you understood what I wanted to ask without me actually saying, just mumbling.
Yeah, yeah, that's what living with you. Yeah, what happens. But I think what we need to do is we need to start filming all the things that we do, even the idiotic things, the crazy stuff, and we need to share it with people, and people that are interested can just follow it and see what we're doing, and maybe at some point even get involved. You don't know. We're gonna need people to help us in Romania, and they're getting a free holiday out of it. So and we're getting help. So I think this, and that would be so cool as well, that there's people getting involved, because it's not just our journey then, like there's other people coming into it, and I just think that would be quite amazing. And so I think right now we just need to, every time we have ideas, we need to keep trying them out like we have been, and we need to share them with people. And you know what? People can comment on it. If you mess up with something, that they can say, well, actually, what you should have done is this and this, because we need to learn.
Yeah.
And I think that's what needs to happen. Yeah. So am I crazy now? Is this like, do you, because obviously we're doing this together. is this kind of, are we on the same line?
Well, you can definitely describe it, a lot more, I don't know, poetic. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, as uh, honestly, as long as I'm doing, cool projects, I don't really care. It's I think we're gonna. Well, me, I'm gonna, but probably you as well. Struggle a bit, you know. I mean, being on camera is not the
Yeah,
most comfortable
we're
thing,
not. Yeah, we're not a huge
and
fan of cameras.
it's about being online and putting everything, not everything, but your ideas online, and it's gonna
But
be a bit.
this is why I'm saying, because like I feel slightly uncomfortable even saying it might inspire people because
Right.
it,
I was thinking about today when I was because I did that call bit, and I was thinking, how should I look at this? Because I don't want to teach people because I don't know
no.
what I'm doing. So, I think how people should look at it is like learn from other people's mistakes,
Yeah, but not just that. I think that's
like
just the
my
interesting
mistakes.
part of it. That you are willing to take something on that you have no idea what you're doing.
Right.
And
That's the
that's,
easy part for me. Like I don't mind, you know, just I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I know, but for a lot of
Right.
people, the fact that they don't know what they're doing makes it a scary thing.
Mm.
And
Yeah, that can be. Yeah, I
I
see what I
think
mean.
that's
Right.
what interesting. You don't need to be an expert in what you're showing people.
Right.
You need to be an expert in being brave enough
Hmm.
to try something
See, this is
and for people to see that actually, nothing's impossible. If you just set your mind to it, you
this
you can do it. And
this
people
is
need to make choices in that. Well, for example, this we had the conversation about the um, ceramics oven,
right.
and I mean, I love working with clay. It's amazing, and I
Oh, I see
really
what you mean.
enjoy doing it. But having to listen to hours of conversations
Well,
about the technical part of ovens, and how to build them and what brick you need to use and how, oh my god, it's like that's not, so people need to make choices.
right.
I choose to not be interested in the technical part of and how an oven works and the details of that. I want to know the basics, but I don't need to know the details.
Right.
But I'm grateful that you want to know it because it's going to work out quite well for me if it works. And so if you're making coal or you make building a ceramics oven or you're making a raised bed, it doesn't matter. It's about people thinking, you know what, I always wanted to make something, I always wanted to make this or that. And this guy just goes on YouTube and just looks it up and on the internet doing whatever. I'm going to give it a try.
Mm.
And for them to do the same. Because if what's the worst that can happen? For something to not work.
That's why sometimes I don't agree with some things. Like you suggest you suggested in the past quite a few. Oh, maybe you should go and to school for this, or follow a course in
Course.
that.
Or a
But
workshop.
yeah. But there's two things to that. One is that no, for some things, yeah, of course, go to school because you're gonna absolutely learn. But
Mm.
but the other some things don't, just try it, and then
Mm.
and then there's another side that I like learning from doing.
Mm.
Like I don't want to sit in class
No.
and learn, well, for welding, for example, because you bought me a welder.
It was
and
a present.
and I weld here and there. I suck at it, but I mean it holds, like the gate is still on the pole,
Yeah,
but
and you
so
made that
it
stand
works.
for that.
Yeah, but I could not sit in class. Of course, I use it like once a month, so I don't need it. It's not like I'm gonna go to work for it. But I couldn't. The fact that I need
No.
to look up some, just Google it and then go try it, and then it doesn't work, and then I have to, just trying it. That's I enjoy just actually just trying it. Just go for it.
Mm.
That's
Not
also fun.
everyone works like that, of
Right.
course, and some people will need
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
that
And
because it's also a matter of confidence, I think, sometimes. But yeah, I do get what you mean.
but also if it would be if I would have a neighbor or somebody here that I could go and he would just in 5 minutes just tell me, yeah, you do this and then, or just an hour or two, just some pointers. And I don't need to staying with welding. I don't want to learn about alloys and metals and what this. I just let me do it. Just
Mm.
go for it. And then, all right, well, see, that's why it didn't work, because you need to learn. Oh, okay, now I get it. So just do it. So if there would be someone to just explain the basics or the pointers, then yeah, I would.
Mm.
That's. But yeah, I forgot where I was going. The idea is just that sometimes you just go and do it, because that's a fun side of it as well.
It is, yeah, yeah. But that's also because you have that natural thing of going online and looking for stuff
Right.
and watching hours of videos about some straight piece of metal that needs welding, and not everyone
Right.
wants
No,
to
no,
do
no,
that,
no. Yeah,
and
yeah.
me including. I don't like that either. Um, but I do like dreamy videos about people following their dreams. So that's, I guess, that's maybe the same. I don't know. But yeah, so, but I think I, you know, I think what I said earlier was, it's not the idea of inspiring people. It's just, I want to share this with people because
Right.
I'm excited about this.
And like you said, and inspiration cannot doesn't mean that you're sitting there and telling people, yeah, you go do it,
Or teaching
or
them.
teaching. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just you know.
because we don't know what we're doing.
Right, right, right. That's what I was saying. I think if somebody looks at it like, I mean, if this guy can do it,
Anyone
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
And that was the whole thing about that, the biggest little farm,
Right.
because
Yeah.
they had no idea what they were doing, and actually they gave their trust to some guy they didn't know, who was their coach, and who just started doing all this stuff to their huge piece of land. And then I remember, I think the guy saying he's making it so complicated. I haven't. It's like he wants us to need him.
Right.
He was a bit paranoid about the whole thing, I think, because, you know, yeah, he didn't have a clue what was going on. And then unfortunately, that guy died of
Mm.
cancer, and they were left, you know, not knowing what's happening here. And along the way, they
Everything
learned,
fell
they
into
found
place.
out, like when, what was it with those gophers, the coyote eating their chickens and their ducks, and
Well, don't
them not.
give it away. But
Sorry.
don't give it away.
Yeah, but learning about just how nature, like they say, takes care of itself.
Mm.
And yeah, but they had no idea what they were doing, and they managed to set up this huge, massive thing. That, yeah, I think that's amazing. Yeah, so if we would be able to succeed in something, in what we want to do, that would be amazing too. And more people should try this because it would make people happier. So yeah, there you go.
All right. We'll do this next week again.
Yeah, sure. If it's nice weather. I mean.
Yeah, we need to figure out a more permanent solution for this. But,
well, you need to get to work to set up something nice over there in the back.
right, yeah.
So we have a nice seating area. So you've got a lot of work to do tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.